prides itself on being the hero, the defender of freedom, the champion of democracy. But when Ukraine needed that hero, America turned its back. Not on a stranger, not on some distant country, but on family. Let's consider the facts. In 1994, Ukraine gave up its nuclear weapons, the third largest arsenal in the world at the time. In exchange, the United States, along with other world powers, pledged security. This wasn't a vague diplomatic sentiment. It was a written agreement, a contract. And in any contract, the terms are clear. One side gives something up. The other side provides protection. That's how trust is built. That's how partnerships are sustained. Then came 2014. Russia annexed Crimea, and Ukraine turned to its partners, expecting the support it was promised. What did it receive? Delays, excuses, half measures. A promise, once ironclad, suddenly looked more like a suggestion. 2022, as Ukraine fought for its survival against a full-scale invasion, the West hesitated once again. Support came, but only after Ukraine proved, through sheer resilience, that it would not collapse. And now, in 2025, under the influence of Donald Trump, this hesitation has evolved into something even more damaging: deliberate deception. Trump spreads the same Russian narratives we've heard before, from Putin himself: claims of corruption, attacks on Zelensky, dismissals of Ukraine's struggles as unworthy of American support. These are not just misguided opinions. They are calculated moves that serve a strategic purpose. Because betrayal, when it happens on this scale, is never random. It follows a pattern. Look at history. In Iran in 1953, Chile in 1973, Vietnam in 1975, Afghanistan in 2021. Time and time again, the West has made alliances, reaped the benefits, and then walked away when the cost of maintaining them became inconvenient. Democracy is often the stated reason. Power is the actual one. Colonization wasn't about uplifting nations. It was about extracting resources, consolidating power and control, and then leaving when the returns were no longer worth the effort for the economy. This isn't speculation. It's documented, recorded, and easy to verify. If you don't believe me, just look it up. The pattern is there, and now Ukraine is the latest addition to the list. But history is not an unstoppable force. It is shaped by the decisions we make. The cycles of abandonment and betrayal continue only when people allow them to. The most pivotal moments in history don't come from those who watch and wait. They come from those who refuse to accept the status quo. And the peace of God, which surpasses every understanding and thought, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:7. This peace is not about standing still. It is about standing firm. It is the strength to hold to principles when the world pressures you to compromise. It is the resolve to choose what is right when inaction is easier. History remembers those who had the courage to disrupt the cycle, and it does not forgive those who stood by and let it continue. So the question is simple. Will you stand for Ukraine, or will you allow history to repeat itself one more betrayal at a time? So you may be asking, what can you do? So what can you do? Support organizations that provide aid to Ukraine, amplify the truth by countering disinformation, and pressure leaders to uphold the promises made. Every action, donation, advocacy, even a conversation shapes the future. Because this fight isn't just Ukraine, it's ours. And standing together, it is the only way we win. Все буде Україна. Let everything be Ukraine. Slava Ukraini. Glory to Ukraine. Heroyam slava. Glory to her heroes.